Now, good day. Um, Me again. I'm Edmer Vigilala and I'm going to discuss it to you today and how to use a Weka software in your research. So let's start. Now we go to the Weka. Just search Weka in your browser and let's click the Weka tree or their website. So as you can see, Weka tree is a data mining task algorithms machine. It is tools to for preparation, classification, regression, and visualization. It actually a very alternative to the storage eating software for classifications like MATLAB. MATLAB is a very huge uh, storage to eat in your PC. Now, Weka 3 is may can alternative for the low storage PC or the low ended versions PC or laptops. Now let's start. To download it, just click download. Now we are downloading the latest stable version, which is table 3.5, Weka 3.5. And we can download in Windows, Mac OS, Intel processors, ARM, Linux, and other platforms. Now I'm using a Windows, so I'm going to click the Windows. So I'm not going to click the here because I'm already downloaded and installed it. So if you're downloading it, you're going to click it and it also already directed in the download, and after that you can install it. If the installation and the download is so very easy and speed, there's no complex or complicated steps for that. So just click install it. After that, I already have a Weka 3 point. So launch, we're going to launch it. It took some while to launch. Now, after a few seconds, the Weka 3 is well going to launch, and let's pull Windows it. And now in Weka 3 and this Weka software, uh, the file format that it reads is a ARTFL file. So before we use a Weka 3, we must need some ARTF file datasets to be able to use it in this software. So after that, we're going to have a dataset. Now this is the dataset that we are going to use. This dataset is from a professor, is Professor Fernau, and this research is a very excellent for excellent works of my professor. You can browse her name, and there's so many research that he made. So we're going to borrow it this dataset for our testing and for our setup for our Web3. Now before we use it, we're going to uh, before we convert it to the RTF file, we are going to convert it first to the CSV file. Now, so save as desktop. So there's so many CSV file in there, and not confused. That just choose the comma delimited CSV file and save. Just say yes. And after that, we're going to the Weka software again. Now, let's convert now the CSV file into ARTF file, ARTFF file. Now let's start. Let's choose the ARTF viewer and file open. We're going to desktop where we the folders you must save it, and just choose CSV file to show the CSV file that we saved earlier, and that's it. And open. So here it is, the our dataset in CSV file. Now, in this format, CSV file, we are going to convert it to the ARTFF file, where the ARTFF file is the only file format that is readable in this Weka tree. So let's go. Save as an ARTFF file. Just use ARTF file and save. Yes. And let's close. Now we have a ARTF file, and now we are ready to use the Weka tree. Now let's start. Now choose Explorer and open file and go to the folders, and mine is desktop. Just use the ARTF file, and here it is, and open. Now initially we are going to it's shown the area perimeter equivalent correctness in class, and it actually have visual or graph in the bottom area. When we browse it all, it displays different graphs based on area perimeter around this class in equivalent. So pretty useful for this app. Now we're going to test the classification. We are to classify. Let's for Windows it. Before we go into classify it, we're going to change the cross validation in 8 to 8 for better division of the datas for this dataset. Now we choose what kind of classification we're going to use. First, we biasnet. We choose biasnet first, then start. So for this classification, it results the 91.76 for 0.03 seconds. So pretty good. So let's choose another classifications that had a better outcome. Let's choose the naive bias. So start. Oh, 92.5, pretty high. So let's start again. Let's choose logistics. Start. Oh, 85 is pretty low. Now let's simple logistics. 94. Pretty high. Now let's choose again. Let's start in a K-star classification. Start. Oh, 91. Meta. Let's stay through trees. Whole folding trees. Let's start. 92 1.8. Let's choose again. Rep 3. Choose. Oh, 32. Pretty low. What kind of let's this random forest start. Oh, 93. Pretty high. So you can turn back and see what the previous results in there by clicking. So in this classifications, it's pretty important to choose the pretty high classification instances, because it displays the pretty accurate data visualization and classifications. And in these classifications, you can use it in your research tables and for your research. So we can conclude that this Weka tree or this Weka software is pretty useful, user friendly, and especially for the low ended PC versions. Uh, and after we use Weka, we're going to have a better visualization of our data in our data sets. So just use Weka if you're going to research, or if you're not have a WATLab software. It's pretty useful and so user friendly. So thank you for listening. Thank you for this listening how to use a Weka software in your research. I hope you will learn something from me, and good day and take care.